What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. We're here to talk Steely Dan. We're here to disparage Rolling Stone. Come with me on our journey through every Steely Dan song ranked reaction. Every time Rolling Stone releases one of these every song ranked articles, it's, manna from heaven as far as channels like ours are concerned. I don't know if Rolling Stone is really the place to be ranking every Steely Dan song. There's no way they could do the greatest songwriting duo of all time justice. They did a reasonably good job. However, there are some things that we have to talk about. The good news, yeah, Rolling Stone is talking about Steely Dan, and I think Steely Dan's critical standing in the world has gotten to the point where now they can't be ignored. Everybody seems to love them, which is great. I'm glad everyone is hearing what I hear. I'm talking about the Dan. But the bad news is it's Rolling Stone. Rob Sheffield was involved. They left out a song. Their ranking has some issues, which we'll talk about right here. Here's the list here on Rolling Stone, blah blah blah. Every song ranked, a little intro paragraph, of course. And they get into the songs. There's 84 songs here. They left out Dallas. That's mistake number one. Steely Dan's first single. It's literally on their Wikipedia page. I don't know why they would just leave it out completely. It's not a great song in the Steely Dan canon, but it should be on here. It shouldn't be last. And the big problem I have with this list, besides the the tone of the little snippets, little descriptions of each song changes a little too much. Clearly, there's some people here who love Steely Dan, and some people here who do not love Steely Dan nearly as much as should be required for a list like this. That's problem number two. So let's get into it. The ranking here, you got Negative Girl, you got Blues Beach, you got a lot of stuff from the reunion albums, Everything Must Go, and Two Against Nature. I think that's fine. On my ranking, every song from those two albums would be at the top along with Dallas. They don't quite share the same opinion as I do. They have Through with Buzz from Pretzel Logic here, number 80. That's too low. Through with Buzz, one of the lesser tracks on Pretzel Logic, but it's still the original Steely Dan run. And this one, it's kind of a little vignette anyway, but it's better than most of these, pretty much all of these comeback albums. Love with Gina, okay, Two Against Nature, fine. With a Gun, as soon as I saw this, I knew this list would just be unacceptable to someone like me. I love With a Gun. I love the country rock leaning. I know it's short, but they tell a fine story in under 2.5 minutes here. I love the vocals. It's a great song. It should be much lower on this list, or much higher, however you want to say it. Okay, more East St. Louis Toodaloo. Maybe the one song, it's the cover, Duke Ellington. The one song I could see from the original run that doesn't quite meet the standards of the rest of the song. They do a good job. It's a nice homage to Duke Ellington, but one of their lesser cuts for sure. Then you have a song like Chain Lightning. No, should be much later on this list. Pixeline, Turn That Heartbeat Over Again. Probably one of the lesser songs on Can't Buy a Thrill, but still, it's pretty much flawless right off the bat. The duo are still working out a few compositional kicks. I disagree. It's a great song. You got Cousin Dupree, Your Gold Teeth. I mean, come on. That's starts out a killer groove from a killer album. Who's writing this? Should be further down. Change of the Guard should be further down. You got Everything Must Go. I just don't see that. Almost Gothic ahead of original run. Throwback Little Ones is weird as hell. Katie Lyde's final song, but I think it's great. Fire in the Hole, another really great song that should be further down the list here. I love the piano on that. I got the news. Yeah, I mean, it would probably be at the very top of my list for songs from the classic run that aren't quite on the same level. It's easily the worst track on Asia. So I'm not okay with it at 64, but at least I can, see where they're coming from. Monkey in Your Soul, I think it's a great song. Certainly better than West of Hollywood. Third World Man, oof, man, way too low, way too high, however you want to say it. It's a great song. I love, love, love the fade out guitar solo, Larry Carlton. It wasn't supposed to be on Gaucho. Second arrangement, of course, got accidentally deleted. They went back to the archives. They plucked a song like Third World Man out of, and they threw it on Gaucho. And it's just great. It's a phenomenal song. It's 100 times better than anything off the reunion albums for sure. Everything You Did should be much, much further down just based on the line, turn up the Eagles, the neighbors are listening. Such a classic line. Love making fun of the Eagles. Rose Darling would be in my top 10. It's such a great song. Fagen's vocal is amazing. It's just a perfect little, you know, kind of disgusting, hedonistic little tune. It's just like, oh, that's great about Steely Dan. Kings, that's a great song. The Bear, that's one of the Gaucho outtakes. It's good, but I still think it's probably lesser tune as far as the original run goes. Green Earrings has one of the coolest guitar solos in their catalog. It's much better than Slaying of Ages. Come on. Pearl of the Quarter, cool song. Love the steel guitar. Jeff Baxter rules. I mean, behind Godwhacker, I mean, Godwhacker's all right, but Fez, Last Mall, What a Shame About Me. I think we're getting to the end of the reunion songs, and they're fine, but they're just not on the same level, not in the same class. Town, Everyone's Gone to the Movies is great. Such a fun melody and such a dark song. Just wondering what Steely Dan's all about. You got My Rival, which is great. Maybe the lesser-ist cut on Gaucho. Still good, but not up to the rest of Gaucho, I don't think. Things I miss the most, we gotta be getting to the end of these reunion songs, right? Brooklyn, Owns the Charmer Under Me, great. Parker's Band. One of Pretzel Logic's little kind of vignettes that they go through on side two. I think it's a great song. Of course, it's a great song. It's on Pretzel Logic. Only a fool would say that. Okay. All right. So Janie Runaway. Are now we done with the reunion albums? Night by Night's awesome. Should be lower. Haitian Divorce. That talk box solo is so cool. It was their highest charting song in the UK, which is weird. I love the sleazy lyrics. Charlie Freak, underrated tune. King of the World, awesome. Another one I think may have slipped into my top 10. Second arrangement, the deleted song. They finally brought it to light thanks to Roger Nichols' daughter, who found the song on a tape in her dad's uh, desk or something, and now we can listen to it all we want. Razor Boy, great. Home at Last, great. Let's load more, shall we? Showbiz Kids, awesome. Rick Derringer is so cool on that one. You know what? I don't want to support Rolling Stone journalism. Sorry, bye. Any World I'm Welcome to. I mean, Michael McDonald comes to the band on Katie Lied and just does so much good vocal work. Really adds to the yachtiness of the whole proceeding. Boss and Rag rules. Great guitar solo. Josie's really fun Asia song. Here at the Western World, lesser known cut from the greatest hits. Another song with, dark, twisted lyrics and kind of a smooth groove. Don't Take Me Alive, top 10 for me. That opening guitar solo. Again, Larry Carlton just absolutely kills it. Some of the best guitar work you will ever hear on any album. And there's like three ridiculous solos, maybe four or five on the Royal Scam. Midnight Cruiser, that's good. That's Jim Hodder singing. A little different feel to it, but still a great Steely Dan cut from Can't Buy a Thrill. Time Out of Mind, awesome. Mark Knopfler with a great guitar solo there. They Don't Live at New York City No More. Probably be towards the bottom of my list. I think it's one of the lesser tracks on Katie Lied. Maybe bottom three. A little too high here. Royal Scam, probably my least favorite on the Royal Scam. It's a good song, has a cool atmosphere. It's different, brooding, but not my favorite cut from Royal Scam. Pretzel Logic, great. Lyrics are wild, whole time traveling thing. Black Friday, Katie Lied opener. You know, one of many great tunes from Fagan and Becker that just, focuses on an unreliable, sleazy narrator at the heart of so many of their songs. So I love them so much. Glamour Profession. Okay, that's a little high for Glamour Profession, but I can live with that. FM No Static at All. Yeah, it's very yachty. Another just super yacht rock song from the FM original soundtrack. Bodhisattva, Silent Stranger, Your Gold Teeth 2, one of the coolest guitar solos of all time. Saying a lot about the guitar solos, but there's few bands in history with more just sublime, mind-blowing guitar solos than Steely Dan, which you might not think, is up against an Ozzy Osbourne or a Van Halen. I mean, I might give the edge to Steely Dan. No hat. Any Major Dude, good. Caves Altamira, great. Reeling in the Years, should be top 10. Hey 19, love the lyrics. The whole hitting on the 19-year-old that doesn't know who Aretha Franklin is. It's so good. Bad Sneakers, okay. A little high. A little high. Do it again. Great. Surprised that's not in the top 10. That was their first hit. Babylon Sisters, a little high. I don't think I'd have it above Hey 19. Black Cow, great. Gaucho. The lyrics, the story that they're telling on Gaucho is so good. That sax is so smooth. They stole it, but it works so well on here. My Old School, Chef's Kiss. Peg. Dr. Wu, it's my favorite. I just think it's the best thing they ever did. One of the few songs where it's like, are they being earnest? No, it's still probably about drugs, but I don't think anyone has sung so beautifully and so heartfelt about drugs ever. You got Age at 5, no qualms there. Ricky Don't Lose That Number, highest charting hit. Then you got Dirty Work, and I haven't said anything mean about Rolling Stone for a little while now, but Dirty Work at number 3 is a travesty. This is like Steely Dan training wheels. David Palmer, he's an okay singer. He's a fine, soft rock singer. But Dirty Work, it just isn't true Steely Dan to me. It's sort of an outlier in their catalog. And having it all the way up at number 3 is a damn disgrace. It kind of ruins this whole list, to be honest. I think they did a decent job once they got past the reunion album songs. But Dirty Work, that's a slap in the face to just everything that makes Steely Dan Steely Dan. Kid Charlemagne at 2, Deacon Blues at 1. I can't complain about that. Those are two just immaculate tunes. Larry Carlton's two solos on Kid Charlemagne are some of the best you'll ever hear. And that's it. I think it's a respectable list. Some major problems though. A couple of the Pretzel Logic songs just way too high. They really shouldn't be above any of the reunion album songs. The tone of some of these little snippets, these write-ups, you know, I don't buy Rob Sheffield as a honest, reliable narrator for Steely Dan. And the coup de grace, dirty work at number three. I can't handle that. That's such a Rolling Stone pick that kind of ruins the whole illusion here. But overall, any time that we get to talk about Steely Dan songs in any manner, it's a win. It's a win for me. It's a win for the channel. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go easy on Rolling Stone. They don't really get Steely Dan. But like the video, subscribe to the channel, check the description for all the social media links. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk more Dan on this channel, honestly. Any excuse. And we'll see you next time here on Taste Like Music.